General Alexander Haig Award. We're very fortunate to present this. It started in 2000 with General Alexander Haig being the first award winner. Growing up in Philadelphia, he was returning to home to receive this award. And I'd like to thank Julian Toponiano, Hap Trainer, and Woody Goldberg for being able to present the award originally to General Haig and then keeping it going throughout the year. So other than the 2 years of COVID when we couldn't have an event, we've been annually holding that. And if you look in your programs, you'll see the award winners that we've presented to, and it's a distinguished list of graduates and non-graduates who've impacted and lived the motto of West Point, duty on our country. So it's a great event. And tonight I'll ask Jeff Chludzinski to come up, another member of the class of '81, to introduce our speaker tonight.
Damn, it's a big crowd. Good evening, my name is Jeff Chludzinski. I'm a member of the board for this society. I work in Center City, but I live up in the Trenton-Princeton area. So I find it a little hard to participate in a lot of the evening events, especially those that are out in Delaware or Montgomery counties. I feel bad about that. So each month at board meetings, I say to Todd and Ken and Mike, is there anything you can do to help out? Use me for something. Well, back in August, Todd said, sure, the chief's retiring. Go convince him to be our speaker for Founders Day. I said, no problem. So I go down to Washington and Jim's retirement and said, hey, you gotta bail me out. Strike this 181, So Jim agrees graciously. 2 weeks ago, the final details put together for tonight. I say to Todd on a board meeting, you need me to do anything? He says, yeah. You're one of General McConville's classmates. I think you should introduce him. No problem. Then he hands me 10 pages of paper, and he says, memorize this. This is General McConville's bio. Memorize it? Todd obviously did not know I was a goat. 867 out of 915, but no staff. So I started reading his bio, and I realized 42 years on active duty. It wasn't a job that Jim didn't do, except astronaut. But he was an aviator, so he was pretty close. 42 years on active duty. That's quite an accomplishment, and to use Jim's vernacular, a wicked long time. I'm not saying Jim's old, although one of our classmates, Keith Gerber, just did the oldest grad speech in Anchorage. But then again, another classmate, Yvonne Dahl, did the youngest grad speech in Naples, Florida. Jim has gone from being a Bostonian to a Floridian in retirement, so now he's just a young guy. But again, 42 years on active duty, what an accomplishment. To put that in perspective, Jim was an aviator before aviators had a branch. He was a grunt. And after flight school, he went to Fort Ord, where he met Maria, also an Army officer. Yep, Fort Ord, not even a post anymore. The other day, I came upon a great photo, which if I was tech savvy, you'd see tonight. But since I'm not, I'll have to share it at the bar for drinks later on. There was a picture of the 4 eggheads from Archbishop Williams High School. And there on the far left is young Jimmy Mack, hair down to his shoulders, hardened in the middle, exactly what the man in the red sash wanted to step up to his line on July 6, 1977. But who's laughing now, right? Back to Todd's 10 pages. There's no way I could ever memorize that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the AI version. And for you StarNet and non-grads out there, I don't mean artificial intelligence. I mean the additional instruction, the poop. General retired Jim McConville was the 40th Chief of Staff of the United States Army, leading an organization of 1.2 million personnel, an annual budget of $185 billion, and operations in over 140 countries around the globe. Jim has led combat organizations from the platoon to division level and was the longest serving commander of the famed 101st Airborne Air Assault. He's an operating partner for AE Industrial Partners and a board director for the portfolio companies. Jim's ethical and forward-thinking leadership transformed the U.S. Army into the cutting edge of talent management, modernization, and crisis management. He moved the Army from an industrial age personnel system to an information age talent management system. He also led the Army through the most significant transformational efforts in over 40 years, developing numerous weapon systems, concepts, and organizations at the speed of relevance. Adept at leading organizations in crisis, Jim navigated countless challenges that the Army faced, including COVID response, national disaster support, and force developments across the globe. Jim's ability to foster international relationships with our allies and partners increased the cooperation, presence, and reputation of the United States in a global arena. A native of Quincy, Mass., Jim earned a Bachelor of Science from the United States Military Academy of West Point, a Master of Science in Aeronautics from Georgia Tech, and was a 2002 Senior Military Fellow at Harvard University. He's married and has 3 children who all currently serve in the U.S. Army. Jim, thank you.